Many times you've heard the term finance sector or financial industry in relation to government parastatals, but you haven't been able to tell what their core function is to the government or the general public. Our goal in this video is to provide you with a thorough understanding of the workflow and all earthly functions of the finance company in any organization. We will also inform you about the various types of services that any finance company provides to the general public. If you're new here, we welcome you and at the same time, officially invite you to join our adorable fans. Kindly subscribe, click on the notification bell, and don't forget to smash the like and share button. Most importantly, your comment is highly welcome. Despite the fact that many people associate the financial services industry solely with Wall Street, its functions are more than that. The people who work for you every step of the way are us. We're your neighborhood banker, your neighborhood insurance agent, and your helpful investment advisor. It is our privilege to be members of the financial services sector, and the services we provide are critical to the operation of every economic activity in the United States of America. Small businesses, particularly those in the service industry, benefit from our assistance in expanding their operations through the provision of capital. Every day, we work to safeguard the assets of millions of small businesses by connecting them with valuable resources and facilitating their communication with one another. We make certain that you have credit to make both large purchases, such as a car, and small purchases, a birthday present, or your weekly grocery shopping. More than $2.4 trillion in consumer credit has been extended in the last few years. If you require assistance with repairs or reconstruction, you can turn to us, the finance industry, because we are dedicated to protecting your home and family. According to the Insurance Information Institute, the insurance industry provided $376 billion in benefits to property and casualty policyholders in 2009, as well as benefits totaling $246 billion to life and health insurance policyholders totaling $346 billion. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we are an integral part of Main Street, and despite the fact that the last few years have been difficult, our industry is safer and stronger than ever. We assist the United States in the creation and expansion of jobs, as well as the support and lending to small businesses, and the improvement of the overall quality of life for all Americans. To better explain, I'm going to draw two groups. On one side, I'm going to draw people or those who have money. And on the other side, I'm going to draw businesses that require money in order to continue to expand. The link that connects these two groups of individuals or beings from all over the world is, in the broadest sense, financial services, which is defined as people on the left side of the equation seek returns by investing their money in the businesses on the right side of the equation. And the businesses on the right side require capital or money in order to grow, because the financial services industry facilitates this entire movement. How does money actually move from one side of the world to the other? Shares and bonds are both types of financial instruments that people use to invest and raise money, and we'll talk about them in detail today. These are two extremely important concepts to understand, and they're both discussed in detail below. First and foremost, what are shares? Shares are pieces of ownership in a company. For example, if the company has 100 issue shares and you own 50 of those shares, you are essentially 50% owner of the company. You own 50% of the company. Now investors purchase shares in the hope that their value will increase and that they will be able to profit from dividends. Or when a company sells bonds, we are referring to something a little different. You know, when you think of bonds, you think of borrowing money from a company or even a government. You give them money in exchange for which they give you a bond, which guarantees that they will pay you back over a period of time. Furthermore, unlike stocks, you do not actually own a piece of the company that you are lending money to, which is a significant advantage. If that makes sense, then the following are very basic explanations of financial instruments, followed by two major types of financial instruments that you should be familiar with. Essentially, financial services have two sides, the professional side and a consumer-oriented retail side. Consider the professional sector to be the business-to-business, or B2B, sector of the wholesale industry. This is made up of a few main characters, and who are the main characters in this space? Well, you have investment banks, which used to be a little confusing because they weren't the same as a normal high street bank that you and I were probably familiar with. Investment banks are primarily concerned with assisting businesses in achieving their corporate objectives, such as raising money to float on a stock market, completing mergers and acquisitions, providing real corporate finance, and providing advisory services to those businesses. They do a lot of things, but that's the most important thing to know about them. Who else do we have on the business-to-business side? Fund managers, to put it simply, are individuals who are responsible for overseeing the investment portfolios of large organizations, such as pension funds or insurance companies. As you may be aware, financial institutions will approach these fund managers and hand them a large sum of money, with the instruction that they should make good investments to help them grow their funds. Who else do we have on this side? We have custodian banks, which are financial institutions that specialize in the safe custody of stocks, bonds, and other financial instruments, such as those we discussed earlier. They handle a significant amount of the administrative work associated with buying and selling, as well as collecting income from bonds or shares and processing dividends, among other things. And as a result, they are the primary players on the professional wholesale B2B side. What about the retail side of things? Consider the retail side to be the business to consumer. You might be a little more familiar with the main characters on this side because they are the ones that we come across in our everyday lives, so treat them as such. They are in possession of credit cards. When it comes to working with you as an individual, these companies are more focused on retail. Another major player could be pension funds. As previously stated, these pension funds are one of the most important ways for people like you and me to save for our retirement, and they are available to anyone. In addition to banks, there are insurance companies. You know, insurance companies are there to manage risk, right? They provide everything from life and automobile coverage to homeowners insurance, and it's a very important area of the financial services industry. For you as an individual, it is about protecting yourself against bad scenarios, and it is about protecting your company against potentially bad scenarios as well. Finance companies provide financial planning and wealth management services. To put it simply, what they do here is that you have someone take a look at your situation and ask what your financial goals are, and they then assist you in reaching those goals while saving you a significant amount of money. It is also true that they charge a small fee for their services. From the perspective of the retail customer, these are 4 extremely important areas in your life that all heavily rely on the financial services industry. You have banking with your high street retail banks, you have management of your future through pension funds, you have risk management through insurance, and then you have the investment side and how you want to put your money to work for you. So getting back to the big picture, you should be aware that the financial services industry is one that plays a significant role in the world we live in and has a significant impact on us in virtually every aspect of our lives. Every second of every day, billions and billions of dollars are transferred from one part of the world to another, with the financial sector serving as a conduit. Anyway, that was a really quick overview, and I hope you gained something from it. If you love the effort we put in here to create a great content like this, kindly join us by clicking the subscribe button and activate the notification bell to be the first that will view our next interesting videos. Until next time, please write us your thoughts about today's video in the comment section below.